Social media is everywhere. You see it literally every day. Whatever you're doing on the internet, in some way you're always connected to social media. And I feel like we're getting to a point where we always have to use social media to actually be accepted in various groups. Obviously, social media has its benefits, but it also has its drawbacks. And it's more and more common that people feel more anxiety, that social media gives them more pressure in their social and in their own life. So in today's video, I want to go over how you can deal with social media pressure. But before I start, my name is Neewer from Meninfluencer and I'm here to help you reach full potential. So if that sounds interesting, consider to hit that subscribe button and join the Meninfluencer community. Enough about me. So how can you decrease social media pressure? The first thing you can probably do is to actually decrease the usage. Yes, I know, I just mentioned that social media is literally everywhere on the internet. And that's correct, but I said internet. Do you still remember that life outside of the internet? If you didn't know, there's still a life outside of the internet. And the problem nowadays is that most people are staying home instead of actually going outside. So instead of spending 3 or 4 hours on your Instagram and literally doing nothing, you might want to do something useful instead. Because this will not only decrease your time on social media, which will obviously also decrease your social media pressure, it will also help you feel like you're actually doing something of worth, spending your time wisely instead of just browsing on the internet. Which brings me to the second point. Get a life. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. You always see people who live their perfect life on social media while you're just sitting on your phone and feeling depressed. And I'm not telling you to go outside to make pictures for the perfect social media life, because then you're actually living for social media than actually for yourself. Just simply do whatever makes you feel happy and don't do it for social media. Just do it for yourself in the moment. I know for some it will feel really weird to do it because they are constantly feeling the pressure of social media, but once you actually get outside and do it, you actually feel relief. Not only because you're actually getting rid of social media, because now you're actually feeling real emotions instead of those emotions you get from social media. The emotions you actually get from social media are so-called cosmetic emotions, and they actually literally kill your emotional system over time. While on the other side, if you actually go outside and actually get all the real emotions, the real excitement, it will just feel more natural. This also won't only make you feel a little okay about yourself, but you also feel more fulfilled because now you're actually doing something for yourself. Although it won't help everyone immediately, it will definitely have a great impact. Which brings me to the third point. Open up about it. In the so-called social media world, it's actually not generic to open up about bad feelings. We always just get the feeling that everyone is so fulfilled and is living a better and happier life than actually we are. Even though you and I are not stupid and we know that that's not the case, the issue is that your emotions actually don't understand it. If your rational side of the mind actually understands it, it actually doesn't particularly mean that your other side, your emotional mind, also understand it as well. Because your emotional mind is only seeing happy vibes, so therefore it just feels like if it's going to express being sad, it just doesn't feel right. So that's why I'm telling you that's perfectly fine to open up about it, even though you don't feel comfortable. Just simply start to open up with either a family member or a friend, because they'll most likely understand and can relate with you the best. And in any other cases, like if you just simply don't feel comfortable opening up, you can always just leave a comment down below and I'll try and do my best to help you out. And this brings me to the fourth and the last point. You need to understand that this social media life isn't real. So that's why I'm constantly telling you to actually live less in this social media life, because if you're spending more time in it, it will actually kind of feel like it's actually the real life. Well, even you and I know that it's not the case. Simply by starting to actually spend less time on social media, instead of putting 3 or 4 hours on Instagram, you can also just simply put it on something else. You simply don't even have to put it in something that will be really productive. And even if you get those 3 or 4 hours, you don't particularly have to put it in some weird hobby you don't even like. Although being productive will help you and benefit you individually, it's not the only thing you have to do. Because if you got spare time now and you can help others, they'll most likely repay it when you actually don't have the time to do something. So all the social media pressure is actually in your mind, and it's actually obtained by getting those cosmetic feelings. So the best thing you can probably do is to literally reduce the time on social media and spend it in something else. You also need to open up about it if you still struggle with these feelings. And the last thing you should remember, that it's actually not real. So that sums it up for this video. If you enjoyed it, consider to hit that subscribe button and help your brother out. And also, don't forget to hit that like button. That's it for me. I'll see you on my next video.